Let's talk about, we'll cut away from these clips right now, but now that you've had, a lot of these great accomplishments that we've gone over, this is the part of the show where we talk about some of the challenges that you've overcome to get where you are today. So you are used to beating everyone up and all that, but when did life actually kick your ass?
Well, first of all, I can start from like very, very, very beginning, but but that will take like a whole like million hours. So I think one of the pivotal points is, even when you showed that Laura Croft video and so many of my other, really big internet series I was doing when I was really building my fan base, I was living in the most unlivable situation ever. Certain subsequent events through when I was living in Hollywood, one thing led to another, and that's a whole nother story. I ended up out in near Orange County, a little bit like kind of near Santa Ana, so I had to live behind a gym in like this, I showed you this trailer with like.
Wait, hold on. We're going to show this graphic here. Can we show the graphic of the trailer that she's talking about? All right. So talk us through this a little bit.
Well, yeah, that was, the entrance to it. And so
this is a gym.
And there was no running water.
And you're not living in a house. You're living in a what?
So I had to shower.
So let's go to the next photo.
I had to shower in the gym.
Okay. So you lived in that trailer right there.
And on the other side was the martial arts gym. And
so how did you get this thing? How did you get this?
It was just parked behind the gym, and the gym owners
let you stay there.
Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, I still had to pay to like live there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. California rent. Hey, California rent is not cheap, no matter where you live.
I would get so many like things like on Facebook, like, oh, I wish I was doing what you were doing if I was like lucky enough, and I'm like, please, you have no idea. So, but anyways, like living in that situation, like. All I could do, because I was right behind the gym, I literally trained like 12 hours a day, and that's when my weaponry just went through the roof, and then not only that, that's when I embarked on my jiu-jitsu
But it caused you to focus. It caused you to focus.
Really,
There's no distractions.
Really forced me to focus.
You literally were like at rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
And you had to make those 20 steps to get to the gym, let's say, every day.
Yeah, literally just across
20 steps to get back, and just focus on what was really, the thing you wanted to grow in, right?
Yes, which was my martial arts, which is one of the reasons, another reasons that I left LA, Hollywood. Like I said, I'm definitely more of a person that's to myself, so I don't engage in most of the socializing, what everyone says you're supposed to do in LA, and I'm like, I just can't. So in a way, I almost kind of gave up on that for a while. It's like, what do I really love? I love martial arts, and so many people just think you're ridiculous. Oh, say things of how I was made, that I should just focus on acting, and girls are going to be good martial artists, just the most ridiculous things I would hear. Yeah. I was like, no, I want to go focus on my martial arts. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, you got to silence the voices.
And now I also teach. I also teach people how to.
So you just got to silence the voices of all the haters, and like you said, you're now creating a new generation of fighters.
Well, even when I was living there at that gym, like there was a lot of people that because I was beginning phases of some of my striking, and they'd be like, you should quit. They tell me you should quit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just ridiculous things I'd hear. Some people would, pick on me. It seemed like they were happy to see me in that, difficult situation. At night, some of the guys would kick the trailer while I was trying to sleep. Because sometimes people, they see someone in a low spot. But I'm just no matter what, you just keep going, just working, just doing the best you can through everything.
Okay, so you just mentioned like how hard it was to live in a trailer, probably low on money, low on funds, and just trying to live your dream. But that's not even your lowest of low. Can you tell me about your rock bottom that you told me about?
Well, first of all, I don't consider any of these lowest of lows or rock bottom. It's just we're constantly going through death and rebirth. So I don't consider any of it lowest of lows. However, just another moment that I am proud of myself, I'll say it that way, is this was only 3 years ago, actually, exactly, pretty much. I had my NDE, and I had...
Near-death experience?
Yes. It was pretty much after I did win the worlds in jiu-jitsu. They found a tumor, and so it was a 12-hour surgery. I had my NDE, and I do have
What was it?
Where was it?
No, what was the issue that they had to do surgery on?
It was a tumor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I actually, I was just in so much pain. I couldn't even really walk well, and so it was just another moment. I thought, my career was done. But it made me that much even more spiritual. I don't know if any of you have looked into NDEs and what people go through that. So that's a whole another thing I actually even want to write about at some point. So it just goes back to, again, of me saying, no matter what, keep moving forward. 6 weeks out of that surgery, I was back into jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
4 weeks out of that 12-hour surgery, I was back on set. And so what did I do? I actually didn't even tell anyone in the industry of what I was going through, because I just didn't want it to affect anything. And you just keep moving forward. You just keep doing it. Yeah.
So you lived in a trailer, you had a near-death experience, now you're going to do movies and live in a trailer again.
No, don't say that.
Full cycle. No, a movie trailer this time.
A movie trailer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a movie
so
trailer.
you already know what it's like. You've kind of manifested that, and so now it's all part of the success routine here.
Absolutely.